Hey guys, DIY Salvage Guy here, and I'm going to be doing a tune-up on my Audi A7 right now. I am waiting for a lot of parts to come in. I'm trying to source them through a couple junkyards, basically through car-part.com. That is a very good resource for anyone who's looking to do this stuff. You do have to get some things from the dealer, a couple of the cowls and the air intakes and some of these miscellaneous parts that I have to do. But overall, they're mostly being sourced from eBay and a lot of budget places, because these are the best ways to do a budget build. There's a lot of really good resources out there. So I've said in the past, Rock Auto, FCP Euro, they're all really good places. FCP Euro offers a lifetime warranty on everything that they sell, so definitely look into that. So I bought a lot of stuff right now, and so the only thing that I can really do is I can do a quick tune-up. So one of the things I'm going to be doing on the tune-up are it's going to entail an oil change, it's going to entail air filter change, and spark plugs and ignition coils. So little by little I'm going to be doing that, and that's what this video is going to be about. So first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be changing the air filter. A lot of times on these cars, the air filter is the thing that is neglected the most. Not just these cars, pretty much any car in general, especially getting it from a salvage auction. I don't know what the maintenance schedule has been on this car. A lot of times with these luxury vehicles, they're usually leased and people don't really maintain them that well. So there's a lot of issues in regard to that. So what I did was I started by taking it off a little bit. You have this one little screw right here that holds on the intake manifold or intake into the engine. As you can see right there. Then you have the airbox is held in by these little clips right here. There's 3 of them, one in that corner, one down here in this little area over here, and then there's one more down in there, if you can see that. So there's no bolts or anything, they just pop right out. So the airbox pops right off. Like I said, no bolts or anything. It's connected with this hose down here, so I'm not really gonna mess with that right now. Alright guys, so I popped off the air intake, and like I said, this is one of the things that is usually neglected the most on vehicles. People never change their air filter. It's very easy to change on an Audi. I've never worked on these before and was able to figure it out in about 3 seconds. So it pops off of here, then you have this little clip, you twist it, and it should pop right off and just pop out the air filter. So after you clean it out, nice simple procedure. You're going to take the old one, get rid of it, put the new one in. Now you can tell that these are, oh my god, the difference with these. So very simple, straightforward procedure. We're just going to put this back in here, pop it down like so, put this back on. Make sure you line up the tabs so that it slides back in. This is being a little difficult, but there we go. And then we're going to twist, and it's locked. So like so, we would put it back together. So the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing out the ignition coils and the spark plugs. So Audi makes these pretty easy to get to. It's going to be extremely easy because right now there's absolutely nothing here. So with the air box off, but we have to remove these. They should pop off pretty easily. I believe there's 2 Torx bolts. Just have to move them back a little bit, and that's really all we have to do. And they should pop right off. So with these, you have to remove these 2 little T20 bolts. So there's one right here, and then there's also one right here. And then after that, you have to put a screwdriver in these little things right here, and you just very lightly just twist it, and it will release the tab. And then all you're going to do is you're going to put a screwdriver, the tab will be just like that. So then you're going to put a screwdriver right in here and gently, basically just pry them all off at the same time. Then this is out of the way. So now we're going to be actually removing the ignition coils. They come out pretty easily. I took them out, 2 of them out already. So I'm just going to take a little bit of leverage with a screwdriver or something and just put it right in here and basically just pry it up a little bit. Should really come out pretty easily. But because the wiring harness is kind of in the way, as soon as it comes up, we're just going to twist it and pull the rest of the way out. Hear a nice little pop. And your should come right out. So these were all the originals on everything. This car has never had a tune-up. It has almost 66,000 miles on it. So these are all the original Audi parts from when it came. There is a little bit of oil on the first 2. So I'm going to have to look into that a little bit and see maybe if the valve cover gasket needs to be replaced. I got to look at some of the specs to see how often it needs to be replaced, but it doesn't look like it's too bad of a job. Might as well get that all done while the car is in the current state that it is, because as I've said in the past, this car is never going to be easier to work on than it is right now. So next thing we're going to do is get our spark plugs out. And you can tell that this plug is virtually destroyed. It's definitely time for it to go. And this is also going to be the original spark plug, so we're going to get rid of that. So you see here we have these NGKs. These are from FCP Euro. Especially items that are reusable like this, it's definitely good to get them from there because you're going to be changing these fairly often. And it's definitely good to get them from there because you ship them back and you are good to go. Basically take them out and you can tell the difference between what was in there versus what we're going to put in now. The car did have a couple misfires, so I'm hoping that a simple tune-up will be able to alleviate that issue. So should be nice and easy, and we'll put it back in, and we'll do that for the remaining sides of this. And we're going to put the plugs back in and then reconnect the wiring harness. Doing a tune-up on this car is about as easy as I've ever done. So we put all the ignition coils back in, we put the wiring harness back on, and so when you're putting the wiring harness back into the ignition coils, you want to give a nice firm pressure, and you're going to hear the click of it, and that's when you know that it's in. You want to make sure that they are actually all the way in, otherwise you might get some check engine lights or some error codes. So we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did on this side, on the other side. So slight change of plans. I have misfires in 4 of the 6 cylinders, and 2 of them are on the passenger side, the one that I just replaced the spark plugs and the ignition coils. So it could be that the spark plugs were fouled, but more than likely it's the fact that they are covered in oil. So that points to the fact that I need a new valve cover gasket, and if it's bad on this side, most likely it's bad on the other side. So rather than doing the other side and then having to redo it all again, I'm just going to order the valve cover gaskets and then basically reshoot this video and be a little more descriptive in some of the areas that I lacked in. But I just want to do this correctly. So I've never done valve cover gaskets on an Audi before, never worked on one, so I'm going to make sure that I kind of just document it, work as or learn as I go, like I always do, and just want this build to be perfect, or as perfect as possible. I don't want to come back here 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and be like, oh man, I wish I did this correctly, I wish I didn't cut the corners. So this is one of the things that it's going to take a little longer. I'm a little disappointed right now that I can't get this done for you guys, but as soon as I get those, I'm going to put them in, film it, and I will throw the video up basically as soon as it's done. Make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys are subscribed, make sure your post notifications are on, and most importantly, make sure you guys are commenting. Show me some love, interact with me, let me know how you guys feel about these videos. I want to make sure that I'm correcting any mistakes that I'm doing. I want to make sure that you guys are loving these videos, and if there's something that I'm doing wrong, let me know, guys. I'm not an expert, I am every bit of a novice, and I just want to make sure that you guys know that the only reason why I'm doing this is because I love cars, and I want to share my dream of building these things with all of you. And maybe if I inspire a couple of you guys to just pick it up and just maybe go buy something, build something, you know, that's all worth it to me. The comments, the likes, the subscriptions, guys, I'm new, I love this, and you guys really make this worthwhile. Thanks so much.